of Joyful Mate. I'm your Joyful Journey mentor, Anthony Hartcher, and I look forward to taking you on a journey today where we're going to explore the shedding that we've done in 2025. Yes, 2025 is the Chinese Zodiac, the snake. Yes, and the snake goes through a shedding process in order for renewal. And so do we. So have we in 2025. And I want you to take a moment to reflect on your 2025 and where you have shed. So, what areas of life have you been shedding? Have you been shedding mentally in terms of letting go of emotional baggage? Have you been shedding in terms of knowledge? Have you been letting go of knowledge that no longer serves you or that is you found is no longer true or is no longer I guess, yeah, true in that sense. And you found, yeah, so you let go of that. So let go of that belief. Have you been letting go of limiting beliefs in 2025? You know, you once thought this, and now you realize that no, that's not so. And ultimately, all this shedding in all areas of life is getting us to be our authentic self. It's letting go of the baggage that no longer serves us, that is no longer us. So I want you to just take a moment to reflect on 2025 and where you've been shedding. I mentioned mentally. What about in relationships? Have you been letting go of relationships that are no longer serving you? Have you let go in that area? Have you, in order to open up new opportunities with new relationships, in terms of being able to associate more with the people that value what you value, that you can relate to better, letting go of the old past in terms of your old values, and now joining associations and meeting people that have aligned values to who you are. So, have you doing some transformation in the area of relationships? Have you been doing some transformation in terms of your career? Have you been looking at change in your career path, career direction, companies? You know, like finding a company that's more aligned to who you are, what you value, finding a role that is more aligned to your values. And so, have you been transforming in relation to career? Have you been transforming your finances? So letting go of the subscriptions that you no longer use or you never use that you signed up to. So have a thought, think about that. Have you been dropping transcriptions? Have you, like, whilst the Reserve Bank has been raising interest rates, it's got us to focus on our budget, hasn't it? And we look at the expenses and letting go of the expenses that have no longer served us. So the Reserve Bank is doing us a favor in terms of getting us to look more closely at where we're spending our money and making sure we spend it in areas that we value. So have you been letting go of expenses in terms of areas that you don't see necessary or don't value? So contemplate that. And if you haven't been doing much of that, start doing it. We're still in 2025. There's still time to go. So it's a great time of the year to reflect and start making change, start making progress to the new you, new year, new you. Well, we're constantly transforming, so we're constantly renewing. But I just want you to allow the time now to reflect on it, to acknowledge how far you've come in the year. So we've explored what you've done mentally, what you've done in terms of career, what you've done in terms of finances. We've explored relationships. What about health? What about your health? What have you let go of in terms of unhealthy behaviors, unhealthy habits? What have you stopped doing that isn't serving you? Or what have you stopped doing that isn't really taking you in the direction you want to go, that you've realized that it's not really helping you? Have you changed that habit? If not, change it or start to change it. Look for more empowering ways to take you forward towards your health goals. And so, if we really look at holistically the transformation, it is transformating us to become more spiritual, to become more one, to become more connected with self in all areas of life, and ultimately to become more connected with the world around us. I was just on a podcast and I was talking about this book I'm writing, which is related to the Joyful Mate podcast, which is Feeling Broken, A Path to Self Love and Healing. And I was talking about how we see ourselves in pieces. Like we see the wholeness in what we like about ourselves, and we love that. We become quite attached to that, and we want to show more of that. But we're carrying another side of us, our shadow, that we're disowning. That's in essence, we think it's holding us back, but it's there to take us forward, to love what we haven't owned, to love what we've disowned. So is there a part of your life that you're ignoring, that is a shadow of you, that you're turning a blind eye to, that you don't not wanting to deal with, because you might be able to shed your belief on that and be able to move forward. What you'll be able to do is see the beauty in what you're disowning and feel or own a part of you that you've been disowning. And so that will make you feel more whole going into 2026. And so from the Chinese Zodiac point of view, 2026 is a coming out in the sense of this is the renewed me after shedding. And so you can showcase the whole you, every part of you that you've disowned in the past. You can now show that I love this part of me. This is who I am, and I love it. So ultimately, that's where you want to be heading, is to a point where you love everything about yourself, every part of you, everything, everything you do. You want to own own it and see the blessing in it, see the wholeness in it. Yes, everything has a polar opposite in terms of, if you want to label it a good side and a bad side, right? But it is whole as it is. And this really helps us see the world as it is, see others as they are, and really helps a connection between us and the world. And we feel at one with everything and everyone. And ultimately, that's the journey we go on. And I was just reading a article about near death experiences and what it's like, or what those have experienced when they've actually died, but they've come back, right? And so what they describe is this out of body experience where they they feel peaceful, they feel unified, right? So again, we're heading towards oneness, wholeness, but we can feel that in our physical body. And this is what the book is all about, is helping you feel at one now in this human life, rather than wait until the afterlife where you leave your body behind. Why not feel at one with it, as opposed to feeling that there's problems with the body that you despise and dislike, and you see it in others and it reminds you of something you haven't loved in yourself, and it brings up all the emotions? Well, you can let go of all that. You can shed of all of that. And if you're struggling to own these disowned parts, please reach out to me. I'm available to support you, to help you thrive in 2026. So reach out, go down to the discovery session link in the show notes, reach out and connect with me, have a chat with me, see whether I can help you, because I'm here to serve. And I really want you to feel the oneness in the human experience, as opposed to waiting for the afterlife to feel that unity and peace. So that's it for this week. It was all about you reflecting on 2025, what you've shared, what you've let go of, in order to reveal your authentic self in 2026 and to showcase that. So if you haven't, or if you're struggling to find what you've shed in 2025, or too scared of what you might find in the shedding process, then please reach out. I'm here to help you navigate this journey so you can feel whole in who you are, love every part of self, so that then you can have better relationships in the world with other people, and not see the disowned part in you in others and get annoyed at the other person. And in actual fact, it's a problem with the way you see yourself. It's got nothing to do with them. They just remind you of something that you haven't loved in yourself. So in order to be more connected with others, we need to own everything about us. Otherwise, we keep seeing it in others. Others remind us of something we've disowned in us, and therefore we dislike them or despise them. But in actual fact, it's a part in us that we haven't loved, and they're just reminding us of it. We see it, we know it, and the universe keeps smacking it into our face to say, take notice, do something about it, love it now, love it in the human experience as opposed to waiting for the afterlife. So that's it for this episode of The Joyful Mate. If you love this episode, please share it with others. Please let me know what you'd like more support on, what you'd like me to talk more about in order for you to own your disowned parts and to love your complete self as you are. So please leave some comments, reach out to me. I'm available. Book in a discovery session. And I want you to take this time to reflect on the year that's been and the shedding you've done so that you can acknowledge that and take that transformed self into 2026. Thank you for listening to